right, welcome everyone. Just thought I'd do a quick update, letting you know the latest cars that have just arrived. Appreciate everybody getting them in the mail. We've got a really good group of cars so far. Let me get online here so I can figure out what I'm doing. There we go. There we go. And there we go. All right. There we go. See if I can keep up with everything here. Yes, I got my coffee, man. Thanks. Yep. Go. See if I can keep up with everything here. Yes, I got. There we go. Hey guys, hello, welcome. I just want to go over some of the new cars that we have. As you can see, we have a pretty good lineup. Now we've got a few extras from Strange Brew, but that's because he likes to test and tune and experiment with different cars, and then he picks, at the last minute. Oh man. But it's winter time out here. I had to have it's colder than an ex-wife heart out there, man. It's when it gets down like this old dude, as most of you all know, after being sick, chemotherapy and everything else, I can't take the cold that much anymore, so I'm spending even more time in the basement with coffee, if you know what I mean. Hello. So let's we'll get started. I got this one just in the mail today, Clearwater 124. Greg? And oh yeah, man. Look at that. Old Bobby Hamilton. Exactly what we wanted. You did a great job. That's what this series is all about. Right? Gave it a test run, but looking good. Really appreciate you sending this in. Wonderful car. Yep. All right. And let's see here. Okay. And then Heath Bridges sending his. I like his, even though it's not, about a real car, what we said was make it look like it should have raced, and this does. It looks like it would have been out there. So, appreciate you taking the time. And again, this is, you can, you could have used the H&R chassis this time. But for the next series coming up, the modified series, we're going to, it's going to be scratch build. But we allowed these chassis so that folks that aren't comfortable with scratch building could enter, but we're gonna move forward on that chassis. So there we go. Nice car, well done. Okay, and this is Brew's car, Strange Brew, his homemade decals. People ask how he does this, and oh, there's his trunk lid. I forgot about that. We have to glue that back on here. But what he does is he makes the big decal sheets all one piece, kind of like a wrap, and then puts it on. He doesn't do this skill very often, but he did a great job, right? He always does. So I have to glue that on. I remember we were testing this, and we gave it a pretty good thump, as you can see. I'm just trying to catch up with everything. Okay, all right. And OXO Cube, all the way from Great Britain, across the pond. Check it out, man. Isn't it nice? He did a great job. Picked a great car. Yeah. I think we showed this the last time, but I just wanted to show it again. Beautiful work. First time ever. There's a couple of folks out there like this. First time ever, right? And next up, first build here, Paul Hendrick. And we have the inserts to put in there. I painted them and going to get them sanded. I'm going to put them in there, but we're going to put the Bassett inserts in here for him. So not a problem. Hey, John. But hey, great job. Good job on the chassis too. Yeah, well, there we go. And John, speaking of that, it's time for some Country Time lemonade. I want it to be warm enough to have lemonade, okay? Thank you. This is a great car. This is one of my favorites. I think you did a great job on it. And again, your approach to the chassis is exactly what, this is exactly what I want to show, and when people look at it, they see simplicity. We all know there's there's slot car chassis out there that have been around for decades, that highly advanced and everything else, and that's great. But we're just keeping it simple, because I want folks that are just starting out, I want them to feel that, hey, I can do this. And simple inline chassis like this, to me, they just scream, I can do that. So anyway, good job, John. Appreciate it. We got quite a lineup, don't we? And then Mr. Ron R2 Creatives. Look at this, huh? Yeah, are you kidding? Come on, that's a hoot, isn't it? And Batman? Oh, let me tell you. He's hitting me dead center, man, for the Smoker's Choice Award. He knows that too. Or he should. But yeah, this is, I'll let you guys take a look at that again. Isn't that something? That's the creativity. Yep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yep. But so, of course, not to be left out, we've already done this, but of course, there's Tad and the Chattanooga Chew. This car is going up for raffle. We're going to talk about the raffle cars here in a little bit. We've got quite a few for the fundraising, and I really, really appreciate it all. But, yeah, beautiful work. Beautiful work. All right. And then, of course, we've shown these cars before. However, George, hey, what did we lose? Oh, yeah, the glass. That's right. All right. Look at there. Just in time, right? This is his official entry. And beautiful job as always. And again, just a good old Showdown chassis, just the way. Nothing fancy. Does the job. And then this is the one built in the summertime. This is the one that started off the whole thing. I gotta put the glass in there, but there's our good little wire chassis right there. And I'm gonna enter this car. It's beautifully done. So that, or it'll be in the general's name. Let me get the glass for that. Yep. Yeah, there's some great builds here, boys. I'll tell you what. Some incredible builds. I need coffee. Here's to you. Yeah. Then, finally, Mark Thomas. And if you haven't seen it yet, I know. This is Mark, right? Let me tell you, fellas, he's just, he's an amazing modeler. Look at that. This car is going up for raffle. Okay, it's a benefit. I just whoever ends up with this car, you've just got to know how lucky you are. Okay, we're gonna do this one early, and then that way you have a car that you can enter into the race, right? And then he also built this one. He didn't know which one he wanted to put in here, but another Rusty Wallace classic. Just, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, not a shelf queen. They run. Actually, we've ran, Mark and I, at his house and here. We've already raced these, so it will see some combat. Absolutely. Right? Pretty cool stuff. And the finish is, well, second to none. And you notice the wheels. These are the wheels that George and made, the Bassett's. So there we go. Isn't that beautiful? All right, that's quite a lineup, isn't it? Huh? Yeah, they are pretty. They are pretty. But yeah, they run. But you know, we've got more coming in the NASCAR. We have at least 5 or 6 more, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, there we go. We're drifting. There we go. A little bit of a draft. There we go. You gotta love these model kits. You know, these kits are so plentiful and inexpensive. Even if you're not going to make the Showdown, this is a great series for you to do at home on your own track. You know, just these kits are everywhere, all over eBay, and they're not very expensive. And even some of the kits, even the older decals like this, if you give them a quick shot, a clear coat, they're pretty strong. But even if you have to order some separate decals, this is a great series for you to do on your track at home. Yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, they all have my prints on them now. Yeah, that's for sure. They're going to get all sorts of handprints on them come race day. That I can tell you. And they're going to get a few scratches and a few scuffs. If you're into shelf queens and you build a slot car just to stare at it, this is not your race. Okay? This is not for you, okay? Because we're going to run them. Yeah, I mean, there's some great slot cars out there that Some people don't want to run, just do some parade laps, and that's cool. I totally respect that, big time. But this isn't it. What do we got going on here, George? Kind of stuck here. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll give that an adjustment here in a little bit. We'll get that straightened up for you. There we go. All right, and I got to get the glass put in Shoe World here. We'll get that fixed and put together. Battle damage, yeah. So, with that said, we're going to talk about some of the modifieds that we have here. And I want to share with you these cars. So let me get my notes. I have it right here. This is kind of neat when people do this. So Jerry, he sent this in, and he's talking about the model, and he goes, first ever attempt at scratch building a chassis, first ever attempt at resin cast body. He vacuum formed the hood, lower chassis components of brass, upper music wire, first time. Way to go, Jerry. I mean, that's exactly, that's it. You know, you talk about scratch building and spirit of scratch building and everything else. That's it. And first time ever. So, by God, kudos to you, right? For doing this and to make your own body and everything. So, yeah, man. Well done. Okay. Well done. And hey, you know, he even sent me a sticker, and as Dave Kennedy would say, you know, give me stickers or give me death. I love stickers, so appreciate that. Yep. Yep. Really good. So, really nice. Really nice first time effort there. Okay. Really nice. So, Strange Brew. This is one of his entries. Custom made body, the way he does things. Okay? And he thinks, well, this might be my car. This is the whole spirit of the Strange Brew modified series in 132. This is just how he gets it done, right? And then here's another one. These bodies have been severely cut, sliced, diced, reshaped, resin cast, back cast again. And you'll notice here with his wheels, the way he paints them. So even though they're not inserts in there, he goes in there and he adds all the small lug nut detail and paints them. And Papa Towing. I know this sponsor. Strange Brew, we raced at the same track a long time ago at Highland Speedway. That's where all this comes from. If anybody wants to get on Facebook and go to the Highland Speedway page and historic Highland Speedway, that's where, as a teenager, that's where I raced, and that's what all this is all about. This is all from back then, right? And finally, this car here, he just, again, beautiful work. And I can tell you right now, this car is a raffle car. It is going up so that you can own a Strange Brew. And he does this every year, and he just does a beautiful job. The guy, just little Firestone decals in there, right? Yep, it looks really, really good. Really good. And up next, even though it has fenders, he Kevin Bridges, he wanted to enter this. He wanted to make it himself, so he did. It's from his home track, right? Uh, and he did that. It's a 3D. It's a printed body, and it was just after one of his racers. I have the paper. I have my little letter right here. Let me get that one. I have all sorts of little letters like this. I like that. Let me get it. I want to show you. So you see, this is what he did, the spirit of what he did. So he was making it himself, and he sent me the letter. It's let me see here. Sportsman and Modified. The Sportsman here was built by Rick McLaren. He passed away. He was a great modeler. We all knew him. And he got this from his wife, and he's entering it. So that's pretty cool. Glad to see the car. And the modified is the 37. It's driven by his friend Blackie Watt, Western PA, in the 60s. So that was the inspiration. So I think that's cool when folks do that, when they sit there and they find some of their hometown heroes, as I like to call them, and then they model for it. So that's a pretty cool idea. I like that. So well done, sir. Really like that. Yeah, I do too. The stories that come with them, that's part of the fun. That's part of it. You know. So anyway, let's continue on with the modifieds, and come on, shotgun. You know it, brother. This is top shelf, damn it, boys, right there. Huh? Y'all have seen it anyway, right? This car. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah, a lot of it's wood. Most of them, I know Georgia showed several videos, and David showed videos of mounting the body to the chassis. This one's plastic. Let me find one. This one is the interior tray. Mark mounted straight, used the interior tray, and then did. So there's all kinds of different methods to mount the body to the chassis. I'm trying to find one that I've done here. Let's see. That one's just plastic. That's wood strips. Yep. Yeah, it's hold on. A lot of these are just this balsa wood, whatever that you can get at Hobby Lobby, anywhere, and they're easily glued in. And when you tap the holes in there, the screws stay in the wood. They don't vibrate out. You know, with plastic, you take the screws in and out, in and out, in and out. You can wear the plastic out, but the wood Helps keep the screws tight and they don't back out. So I like using the, the balsa wood. But check out George and Dave in our channel. We show that. Yeah. So anyway, back to Dave's car. Uh, always seem to strip. I don't know. I've never. The screws work okay to me. I just make sure to drill the hole just enough to get the screw started, and that's it. You can stack. You can put other wood on top. You can use popsicle sticks, but use anything that works for you. It is, you know, there's no right or wrong way. Whatever way works for you is the right way. There's a lot of different body mounting methods. I mean, some of this is just like he's got a small little wooden block right here. You notice, like right here, and then a little bit right into the engine block, like right there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, yeah. We can throw the screws there. Yeah. Some of them back out. Some of them we put tape over. Um, we put some Gorilla Tape or masking tape across the sides, like here, for example. This is just plastic styrene sheet, right? But inside, see there right here on the top, he's got a piece of wood, and that wood is drilled smaller, so he puts the screw in there and it holds it just like that. But sometimes we take and we just put a little bit of tape over them just to make sure that the screws don't back out. But there we go. Anyway, yeah, check it out. And everybody's seen this. So this is one of our bodies. Dave's always done a great job. But we've got a really good group of modifieds coming up. Just so nice. So nice modeling. Yeah. Just a little bit of tape over it and everything. So now we'll get to some of the sportsmen's. Um, First of all, these are a couple. Well, when you want to talk about body mounting, here. So this is something that Brew did a long time ago. Okay. You'll notice he's got it mounted straight into the body right there, but that's resin. And then he cut pieces of foam and glued it to the car. But anyway, this is one of his outfits. Very, very old resin. Yeah. Just starting to like solid cars. Yeah. So, and then this is another one of his, old Fleet Line, and he's repainted. And he just does things different. And he does this a lot. He just bends some wire and he'll solder the motor straight to it, and wham bam, you got it, man, right? And you got to know this thing runs. So just a couple of the sportsmen from him. Now let's get on to, check it out, George the G-Man. Look at that. Yeah. Beautiful. Love the paint, man. Are you kidding me? Him and Dave both lately, they've been laying down, and Tad and you guys out there, you've been laying down some great finishes. John, oh, just, you guys can really lay down some paint. I don't have that. I have to respect those who can do this. Look at that, huh? Isn't that cool? Yeah. I like me some old Mopars anyway. Yeah. Yep. And the backstory yeah, that's right. Yep. It's a great car. Thank you, George. You did a great job as usual. And then, yeah, everybody's seen this too. Shotgun, huh? Look at that. Oh, beauty. See, he made the posts. See that? He put the posts in there. That's how he mounted his. And this thing runs great. Isn't it great? I love it. And you know, it's this is the kind of thing, just like the demon back here, okay, and these other models, but these are the kind of things that make this race and what's going on so cool. Is, you know, it wasn't long ago this was just pure fantasy. To get these to 1/32 scale, to have them like this, and now with the 3D printing and all the work that's going into it, and to be able to get these cars made in this scale like this is, well, I can tell you, I appreciate it. I know we just sound like old farts, you know. We used to have to walk uphill both ways and everything was in black and white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, it was just a year ago. I mean, this started in the summer. But just a year ago, we didn't have the selection that we do now. And now, oh, we're printing all kinds of great cars now. So that's what makes this so special. Yeah, we do. Yes, the craftsmanship and ingenuity. Yes, it never gets old. It never gets old. And you know, that's one of the things about this is nothing is ever the same. We could have a proxy. We could announce a proxy tomorrow and say, okay, everybody has to use the Tudor sedan. This is the only body, and we'll get 15 cars, and all of them will be different, and all of them will be cool, and they will all be completely individual pieces of artwork. That's what I think, because that's what this is, artwork by everybody, right? Your own individual craftsmanship. So even if you use the same body, the chassis styles, everything would be different. The cars would run different, different paint, different numbers, everything. Um, well, we're printing window nets, but I mean, just go to Lowe's and go in the screen door and just get some plastic screen and cut it out and glue it in, and you have an instant screen. We're printing some in 3D right now. George has made some screens, but if you need some to make some real quick, just use that. Make a pasta body. Yeah, some of my early resin cars where I had the mix wrong, that's pretty much what they were. I have a picture of it here somewhere, don't I, guys? Uh, so let's continue on. I want to feature John and and the bird. Look at that. It's tough. It's a great car and a great chassis. Again, just the inline chassis, plastic mounts right there. Nothing wrong with that. This is exactly, again, what I'm talking about. Is just the simplicity. A couple of the good rails, the guide tongue, 90-27 gearing. This is all you need to do. It's just that simple. There we go. Think about trying some of the 3D printed ones. Yeah, yeah, you can do that too. Um, yeah, drywall sandpaper. Um, yeah, that's, you know, heavy duty screen like that. See, there you go. And now there's Mr. Chowder And the bird, now he entered this last year and he redid it. And that's another thing I wanted to bring that up. If you build one of these cars, um, and in 6 months in the summer, you know what? If it didn't run the way you want to, tune it up, clean it up, and send it back and run it again. You can re-enter it. There's some cars from the Chicago guys that are going to be on their fourth and fifth race. Yep. What the average weight? Well, it just depends on the builder. It all boils down to the individual builder. But I'll get. I don't really have the right angle here. Let me give you a quick measurement. This car, for example, 70 grams. So 70.6. They're 1/32nd scale. And these in the background, the NASCARs are 1/25th, 1/24th model kit scale. Yeah, Snowy, Ohio. Yeah. Well, you've seen my Chris. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Yeah. Yep. Yep. The Mexican in this scissor lift. Yeah, that's my little homies. I have my little guys here. There's a story behind them all. There's a story behind them all. They were given to me. People that come visit. Some people, when they mail in their cars, they send little things like this, and then I just keep them for the track. Those are original old monograms back there, recast and painted. The TV crew, the classic TV crews, things like that. That's my Smokey unit. He came out of a bag of little plastic zoo animals at the Dollar Tree, and I heated up the hat and curved it up on the sides and everything, and he's actually wearing shorts, and I painted him black and just made Yeah, 4 to 6. Yeah, well, right now it's just like I said. It's down to like 10 degrees, and it's nasty. Yeah. Um, it's just cold. So the best thing to do is stay indoors. Stay down here and play with slot cars, right? You know. I mean, yeah, why not? You know. But yeah, and they all run, and like everybody, 12 volts. We don't run anything over 12. I've never had to race anything over 12. They're fast enough the way they are. 12 volts is ideal for these motors. More than enough speed. First time build. We talked about that. First time. First ever car. First ever chassis. First ever body. First time. Hey, Paul, I showed your car already. I hope you did. You see it? Yeah, your car here. Your bud. I showed that car. I got to get the inserts in it. I have them painted for you. Okay. The Bassett, the wheels. I have them. I just don't have them in the car yet, but I will get them in there for you. Yep. So, but first time ever build, and it runs like that. So that's just cool to see. First time. You know, that's just awesome. And let's see. Oh yeah, the demon. Man, that thing is sharp. Runs good too. I'll tell you what, George, you should do this for a hobby, man. You're pretty good at it. Wow. It's it's resin, 3D resin. Yeah, that's really sharp. Yeah, this is one of our prints right here. Dave did. He printed it right there and printed it out and printed the interior and looks good. Man, I got the dropsies tonight, don't I? I need more coffee. Yep. Let's see how that thing runs after I dropped it. Okay, it's still good. Read the disclaimer. Is there a disclaimer? Maybe we need one. You know, one year, if you guys want to hear a story, one year I had someone mail in 2 cars, and they were cool looking, but they weren't like super detailed or anything, you know, anything any better than what you see out here. I mean, just, and we did a YouTube, we did a video of the practice and everything with people, and the guy sent me an email and he said, put my cars back in the box. He said, I don't want them ran next to any other cars. They, I don't want them damaged. I don't, I'm like, okay, why did you send them? What did you think was going to happen? It's not like we hide the fact that we're racing the cars. That's what the whole point is. But he was pretty upset that seeing his car out here racing next to somebody else's. Like, okay, so we try to let everybody know we're going to race the cars. Okay. Game Changer, the tour. I'm trying to keep up 3D print. I don't know. Yeah, they can take a hit. Not for sale yet, the Plymouth. Should be, some of them will end up in Sucker Corner soon. They just haven't, some models just haven't been delivered yet. It takes a while, and the post office is way behind. Big time. So, it's a badge of honor. Yeah. Yeah, well, we have plenty of badges, don't we? Huh? Yeah. So, again, David, great job. I think John's there. The Firebird here. And, oh, yeah, it runs. This is a great model. The Atlantis makes these kits in the Nova. And it's good that they still make it. Good running car. We'll have to do a little bit of tire work, but runs just fine, John. It is in the game. Not a problem. Hey, let's go to a big car. There we go, huh? There we go. There we go. This is going to be a fun class. And I'll say it again. These cars are everywhere. These model kits are everywhere. I promised to show. And the caddy. Oh, okay. These old kits are everywhere out there, right? I mean, who cares about the box art, the condition when you're going to build the car, right? So this is, and you know, that's part of modeling. And then to do this, I mean, that's it, right? I mean, that's it. Yeah, they're just cheap. I mean, I I I I can remember bidding on a couple of these model kits. They were 2 for 10, and $10 shipping. So it was $20, but you know, or nothing. And the decal sheets and stuff, yeah, not a problem. Oh, Mr. Bridges, he's here too now. Pre-made adjustable chassis if you just want to build a model, right? Yeah, you don't have to scratch build. Okay, you H&R, um, they make a great chassis. Um, yeah, here's a H&R chassis right here. A Tad did right here, and you see right here it's adjustable. So you can take these screws out, and that moves. You can adjust the wheelbase, right? You can adjust the width, the wheels, and that's what this chassis was designed to do. Years ago, I helped Gina Slocker Place work on this design and get it to where it was for hard body racing. That's what this is made for, was model kits. So if you're not comfortable soldering and making your own custom chassis, go grab one of these H&Rs, go grab your favorite model kit. You don't need a proxy, and build it and make yourself a slot car, you know? So go ahead and give it a try. The Malibu bodies, yep. Yes, Chris, Slot Car Corner carries several varieties of the H&R chassis, different size wheels. Just depends on what you want. If you want um, these size wheels, the 12-inch, they're 12 millimeter. We call them the fronts all the way around. They're the narrower wheel that goes all the way around. But you can get, they have several different chassis with different motors, things like that. I'll help you pick the right one out if you want to. But I'm just going to warn you, though, you you get started doing this, okay? With the man, it's all over. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, these cars, they different. Uh, you know, you buy, you get a little bit of money invested or whatever, but they're one of a kind. So, you know, they're not just ready to run. They're modeling is part of it. Modeling is the satisfaction that you built it yourself. You know, so that's what this is all about: is building something and then and just being proud of it. You know, that you did that. There's nothing like building your own slot car and watching it go around the track and taking it from a model kit just an idea, because anybody looks at the box art on a model kit and they immediately they want to play with it, right? And here you are playing with it. You're not just looking at it, you're racing. You know, so yeah, I have. Yeah, I mean, we all have. I mean, we have plenty of kits. You know, uh, more than I'll ever. I I don't have to buy any more. You know, we have plenty of model kits. That's the great thing about racing in this scale, is the selection. you know. So have plenty of kits. Um, and now in 1/32 scale, we're going to have even more because of all the 3D printing efforts that we're doing. Um, here we go. Let's see Rusty Wallace run here. Oh yeah. Ha. Whoever gets this car, whoever wins this raffle, you guys are in for a treat. There's some really cool cars. And I wanna take a minute to invite you guys to the forum. If you haven't joined our actual forum, HRW, the forum. I know it's not Facebook or nothing like that, but that's what we have the forum for. We can have better conversations. We can save our photos. We can save the topics and stuff. So I invite you to come join the forum and have some nice chats there as well. Yeah, building your own cars, yeah. What are the resin bodies going to go sell for? 30, something like that, 32, 29, something like that in there. I think SEC has them on their website. Which, you know, for the one-of-a-kind cars, and all the hours invested in the in the modeling part of it. Yeah. And plus we've got driver figures and wheels and all that kind of stuff. Let's see what else. Oh. Come on. Oh. Haha. Okay. I was kidding. A little on the noisy side. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. Just have to adjust that just a little bit. There we go. Oh, okay, I see. We got a little bit of a rub. So, John, I know you're there. I'm going to take care of this, okay? We got just a slight amount of contact right there. And it's causing a vibration on the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. All right? And I'm going to contour that for you, okay? So that we don't have any more rub. There we go. A lot of these cars are 9 to 27, 9 to 28. That's what works the best, that standard ratio. For my track, it's 16 foot long. So, you know, so usually, you know, right around 3 to 11, 3 point, you know, but 9 to 27, 9 to 28 is usually what we do. It's just a good balanced ratio for this size track. Very common. Yeah, we'll run. I know Kenneth is there, so run his a little bit. Well, it's not, the gear ratio really isn't about the track surface, wood, plastic. It's the distance to size or whatever. But 927 is a good standard gear ratio for, and the pinions 9-tooth pinions are very common. 27-tooth crowns are very common. So, and they just run well on my straights here. It's 5.5 by 16, so it works pretty good. But you can gear it any way you want. You know, you don't want it too tall. You know, you don't want to gear yourself out of braking. You know, you want to have some brakes. On the motor RPMs, I know gearing, but there's so much variety of motor RPM, torque versus top speed trade. All you're looking for is a balance, and we have one motor. We have one motor that we use in this class, and that is the Predator. Let me go get it. So we're using out here 20,500 RPM. All right, it's got plenty enough torque. The magnets in this are plenty strong. They have great brakes, and it's a great little power plant. Okay, this is all you really need for your home tracks and stuff. You just, you know, I know there's a lot of folks, you know, they 40,000 RPM motors and this and that. If that's your thing, do it. But that's just way overkill for a smaller home track. This has become the sweet spot, 21,000 RPM. So, and it's the motor for this entire series in all classes. You can have all the RPM that you want, but if you don't have any braking, if you don't have any torque coming out of the corner, you're going to get left behind. This car runs great. This car runs great. Yep. I told your story. I shared your letter with everybody there. Yeah. Just so you know. Yeah, runs fine, man. It'll hunt. It'll be out here. I promise you that. I'll tell you, my best advice when it comes to motors and on your track, you know, you test your own, but you don't have to spend crazy money on these motors. Predator motors, even H&R motors. You don't have to spend crazy money. And for most home tracks, if you've got a small 2-lane, whatever, you just don't need. I mean, really, anything over 20,000 RPM and over 25, it's just like, can you control it? You know, and try to keep it at 12 volts. I know some people jack up the voltage and everything, but all you're doing is heating up the motor for no real reason. And yeah, the car might seem faster, but I can tell you from some of the videos I've seen, you know, you got to slow down in the corner. You have to have control. And finding that sweet spot on your track, 20,000, 18,000, 9 to 27 gearing, you just have to experiment. And over the years, we've just came up with this formula that just works as a balance. And you'll find that yourself. That's part of your hobby. That's part of the fun of it. Right. The Cyclone is a good motor. So is the Piranha. It's basically the same motor. They're from the same factory. They just have a different label. I know because I tested them. 21,000. They're all good motors. You just don't. You don't have to, I have plenty of the Cyclones and Piranhas and such. The Predator motors as well. The ball bearing Predator motors, one that a lot of guys are running on the bigger tracks. Some of them running 18K, some of them running the slimline motor is becoming really popular. The little FF motors. for a lot of smaller tracks and for bigger tracks too. Yeah, this runs great. Runs great. I'm gonna see. Yeah. Oh man, Richard, let me tell you, man. Whatever you did it right. You said you rebuilt it. Woo, man. Look out, boys. This bird is here to hunt now. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Beautiful car. Beautiful car. That thing's here. Yeah, not just a blur. That's exactly it. I mean, you know, I always found this funny that some the people talk about, well, you know, the air cleaner is the wrong scale and the mirrors are off and his helmet's not right and this and that and the exhaust tips are 1 millimeter off and everything. They could play, but yet the car could go at a scale 700 miles an hour and that's okay. You know, it's like, well, you know, they don't have the right lettering on the tires and you know, and it's like, yeah, okay, as soon as it does that, you can't read that, right? That's why I put white dots on them and call it a day. Yeah, it is. It's pretty. It. This car here. That's pretty glued. Oh, there I did it again. Haha. And this car here, this is smaller. It's a smaller body from back then, but it's out here. It's running good too. Yeah, I like the fact that the story behind some of the cars that you guys do, when you take the time to tell us the story and tell us where they came from and how you did it and why, you know. So we've got quite a lineup. Quite a lineup. Let's see who's up next. Yeah, let's give this one a run. Old Brew, I tell you what. There's no stopping that guy. I want you guys to know that he lives. It takes him 3.5 hours to drive here. So about 6 hours round trip. And he'll do it as often as he can. You know, he doesn't like to drive at night, so in the wintertime he usually likes to come in the mornings and then he leaves right around 3 o'clock or whatever because he wants to get home before. You know, some people just can't, they don't like to drive at night. And I get that, the older I get. Yeah, it's that they're going to be raced. You have different classes of cars, and what I'll do is the drivers stay in one spot, like I am right now. I'm standing in one spot, just running the car, and the cars will be entered into the software program. So this will be like George number 66, Dave number 17, shotgun number 25, and we'll do a 1.5-minute heat, and then the car will rotate to the next lane, and the car will rotate to the next lane, and the car will rotate to the next lane. It'll go through all 4 lanes, and then you count up the number of laps, and you check the lap times. So they will be raced. Just tune in. You'll see us all do a live event when we do the racing. And we have some videos from in the summer on this channel, on my channel that George has created that shows some of the racing program there. Yeah, it's pretty good. So unlike when you go to maybe a commercial track setting or whatever, you know, you enter your name into the thing, into the software, into the track, and you race. And you race the yellow lane, and you race the red lane, blue lane, and you go with your car. Here it's just the other way around. We have more cars. The drivers stay put. We just rotate the cars. So it works out great. So you'll start, this car will start in like here in red. It'll go to blue, green, then it'll sit out until we run through all the cars, and then it'll come out and finish on yellow. Things like that. Just a simple lane rotation. Yeah, yeah, George. This car here, man. You can't even hear it. What's this, belt drive? My gosh. Wow. Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is a different proxy than almost any other out there. It's just as much about modeling and building as it is racing. Um, Anybody that's a veteran of this race can tell you that the fastest car, when we do our track tests or we do lap times, the fastest car, that doesn't mean they're going to win, because you get tangled up, you have wrecks, you have accidents. Um, it's all about racing. So you may have the fastest car, but if you get tangled up and caught up in a few wrecks here and there, whatever, um, you know, you're not going to win. It's consistency and staying out of trouble, just like it is in the real deal. Dave, this is another one, man. This thing's super quiet. Man, big old Plymouth. Slam down. I love it. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, and I appreciate it. I what time we going live? I don't know. I'll we'll just have a feel for it. I'm gonna try to get started as soon as I can. I have to feed. I have to feed Steve. I have to feed the Minnesota Twins. I got to feed them breakfast or they get grouchy. So I'll make them a pyramid of biscuit and gravy. Make sure their bellies are full. And then I'm going to wait for Brew and Mark to make the trip here, depending on the weather, of course. But I want to wait for Strange Brew and Mark to get here. So maybe 11, something like that. I don't know. So, yeah, some of the cars drift and they decrease the lap times. Some cars don't, some do. Paul Gauge tires has a little bit of drift, and that's what I want. I don't want the cars to, like silicone, and have all that chatter, and then when they do break free, they just snap roll. So that's what I like about Paul's urethanes, is they do have a little bit of a drift, yet it punches right out of the corner fast enough. It's all about the fun of the guys standing here having the laughs and watching us all compete and just enjoying the custom models. If they were all exactly the same, it wouldn't be that much fun, would it? Yep. I'm running just TrackMate. Been running TrackMate for, I don't know, since he started making it. I got it on an old Dell from like 2007, and it just works. And I use the infrared system on this one, my little bridge over there, and it just works. Much analog tracks. It just depends. Some people like the digital thing. It's just not for me. I see some people with the digital tracks and everything, and they're like, well, you can race up to like 6 cars or whatever, but they're by themselves. So if there's no one else to take advantage, and the other thing is with very small tracks, the digital, you get that many cars out there. It's you know. There's a lot of crashing, a lot of you know. So if you don't really have a big enough track for digital racing, it's fun. It just depends on the environment. But slot racing, you do it how you like it. You know. Here, let's get this number 40 out here. The Dirt Devil, man. Oh yeah. Oh, let me get that a clean up. I've got the sponge right here. I need to clean these tires up anyway. I've been running them. How's everybody else's weather out there? Is anybody else getting socked in? I noticed the weather service showing like a storm front coming through to the south, like going across the south now. Is that anybody else going through that? I know it looks like a pretty good mess going on out there. We're supposed to get some more snowfall, but I just don't want the ice. You know, it can snow all at once, but the ice. I don't want the ice. Very cold and windy. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, 71. I know it. Yeah. 71. I'd take that any day. There we go. A clean tire is a happy tire. Oh, yeah. Boy, I can't wait. Can't wait to get these 4 wide. This is going to be a hoot right here. Oh, yeah. And you did a great job on this, Ken. Really looks sharp. The wheel inserts, everything looks really sharp on it. And it runs great. It looks cool. And you took a model kit and you made a slot car. So guess what, man? You win. You did it. 75 degrees. Oh, yeah. You know, a couple of years ago, I went to go see Lee Wright, the guy on Facebook. His nice little track. I went to go see him for a little getaway, um, uh, down to Florida, and it was in January, quite a few years ago before we started the January race, and I had pictures of my toes in the sand and everything, and my wife, General My Way, there, she was telling me about the winter weather coming through here, and my flight was actually delayed because of the snow and the ice here in Missouri. That was one of the longest walks of my life. Was getting out of the airport, and it was 80 degrees when I was there, and it was 16 degrees here with snow and ice. Oh man, I wanted to get right back on that plane. There we go. Yeah, it's a good running car. Yeah, right on, man. Right on. Yeah, let's give this Rusty. These old Pontiacs, man. And all we did back then was make fun of these cars, you know. But NASCAR raced them, you know. Actually made them look cool. Oh, oh my! This is gonna be a great car. Let me clean these tires up. We're down here. Yeah, yeah. You gotta love it. Doing We like to paint the chassis and stuff. We'll get it cleaned up. Mark, see, he does all the markings and everything, and that's full interior. You just cut it out. And basically, all I'm doing is I just have a little sponge here with just a little bit of 70%, little witch hazel alcohol, and all it does is just declays the Paul gauge, so it's not treating the tire, it's just cleaning them, getting the dust of them off. You can just see the little bit of a dirt that builds up from the track, right? So we just clean the tires in between the heat, but no treatments or anything like that. No greasy kid stuff. We just a quick cleanup. Harry, when will the proxy start on the 18th? I answered you. I just said I don't really know. Probably around 11 or 12. I got to feed the guys breakfast, and I have to wait for Strange Brew and Mark Thomas to drive here, depending on the weather. So I'm not going to start the race until they get here. So I'm going to get with Brew, and he's probably going to try to leave early in the morning, and he usually gets here around 10, and then we have like an hour where we practice. So hopefully between 11 and 12, something like that. We just play it by ear. Malfunction junction. Man, this is gonna be a great race. Oh yeah. That'll do. That will do. Yeah. That'll do. Let's see here. And this is one of the raffle cars. One of the Bruce cars, yeah. This thing is beautiful. Man, just a nice drift. Really snaps coming out. You see that right there, just a little bit of cleanup, and I'll show you. So basically, he has a bunch of old commercial track cars, so he uses 1/8 axle, right? And this is just 9 to 28. This Parma Mid America gear. Mid America took over Parma, so he just uses a 1/8. And oh yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of cleanup. Oh yeah, this thing. Whew. This thing's getting around here now. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody's safe in the weather and everything. You know, when it gets into the single digits and stuff, man, stay right here. Oh, yeah. It'll like I said, it'll probably be probably close to lunchtime. Let's get the crock pot out with all the little smokies and dip and chips and the chili. Steve Stone's got to have his chili. Yeah, the cars are. That's, you know, every track is different, so everybody has their own personal taste. The whole thing behind urethane tires a long time ago was that they were easy to make, affordable to make, and we could make the molds to fit like all the crazy size wheels that Carrera and everybody would make, so we could have some tires that grip. The other thing about the urethane is they're easy to sand and contour and shape and true. So unlike silicone, I got nothing against silicone, so don't think I do. but these are a lot easier. Second thing is I like the way urethane grips. Um, they're forgiving. They have enough snap like this, yet that drift action. They don't have the snap roll, and I like that. But that's just me. Every track is different, you know. Some people like the silicone, some people like the stock rubber. We like stock rubber too, but this is the spec tire for this series on this track, and it just works. And it's just the tires are affordable, they're plentiful. We can easy enough to get, and they're easy to work with, you know. So, and Paul, I've been working with Paul for a long time, and he works really hard to bring us these tires. And this tire was made for the Showdown. This tire size. He made them to fit the aluminum wheels, and it was just really cool to have him do that. These are based on the Fly March Formula One tire size. They were the big tire size with the big sidewalls. Then we adjusted the rib width, and then CB Design made the wheels, and that was it, man. We had ourselves a wheel and tire program that works. Brushless motors will become the mainstream. I don't know if it will. It's the cost, and hold on, let me show you. So I just got this in from Velocity, okay? And I'm doing some little testing, you know. And they're really neat little motors, and you have your little adapters going there. I don't know if they will. You have to have the control board, right, for brushless and things like that. So it's a little bit different. It may be more than what some people want to invest in to do. I know that in my RC, the brushless motors, like for the crawlers and stuff, they have a good power band, and they're very efficient with battery life here. But we don't have battery life to worry about here. But for a lot of people have tried the brushless, and they really like it. So I don't know. I know that it's becoming more popular, and as the motor options and control boards become more affordable, but you know, right now, you know, a $10 motor just works. So I don't know. It's a good question. I'm gonna try it. I'm all for it. I love the brushless motors in my RC, but they serve a different purpose there. So I'm gonna see how they work in a couple of these colors. Yeah, I don't that's where I think right is the added electronics and stuff. You know, it's like digital, really. I mean, you know, Schoelectric, they've lost their minds with their pricing already. So they want $65, and they don't even make a ready-to-run digital car, only in the sets. But you figure, you know, the Carrera cars are what, $10, $15 more? I guess that's not too bad. But I mean, when you talk about a $65 car, and then you got to buy a $20, whatever they cost, digital, you know, a board in there, it starts to, how do you want to say that? It comes out of the home racing range. This isn't cars for little Johnny and Judy and a couple of guys on the weekends anymore. They're like, yeah, I'm not spending $150 a car to let my 8-year-old trash it. So, thank you, Carrera, for keeping $40 cars. So I don't know. It's a good question. Then again, you got guys in the commercial scene, but The commercial scene isn't that big as it used to be, but $100, $125 for a motor, or $500 for controllers because they think they need that, and more power to them, man. I, $120 DeFalco, $75 Professor Motor works just fine right here at the house. So they work just as well as controllers costing 4 times as much, for me. Yep. What are the classes for the July proxy determined yet? We're going to do this. We always do the same in 1/32 scale. You have the Sportsman and the Strange Brew modifieds. So we always do. We always do the same in 1/32 scale. For 1/25 scale for the big cars, we're thinking about doing modifieds. I'm not really sure yet. George and Dave, we're gonna, but we might just might build this class in 1/24 using some of the MPC kits, but we gotta go through all that and finalize it. Yeah, the 132 is always the same 2 classes, so you don't have anything to worry about there. Always the same. Good old Dale. Anyway, I've been rambling on too long. I guess I'll let you guys go. Appreciate everybody stopping in and hanging out. I wish more of you could be here and race with us. But that's the fun thing about proxies. I'll update you guys. Yeah, hats off. Yeah, Frank. These guys, and I hope that if you guys haven't built one, that you join in for the July race. Don't worry about anything being perfect or anything like. Just build, okay? Just build. Sometimes you just got to say, I'm going to do this, right? I've never done it before, but I'm going to do it, and there you go. Then you have yourself a slot car, and you get to stand back and go, I did that, and don't worry about how fast it goes out here, if it wins the race or whatever. You know what? You win just by building, all right? You have yourself a slot car. And then maybe, it'll get you to start building more cars. And maybe you'll create your own series at your own track with your local racers. That's what I really want to see, Yeah. So, anyway, you guys, you have a great night. Thanks again, everybody. Really, thanks, George and Dave, for all their hard work behind the scenes making this happen. Don't rely on my lazy ass. I'll tell you that. So, all right, brothers. As usual, we'll holler at you online. Really appreciate y'all being here.